An Air Force sergeant charged in 2 deadly attacks on law enforcement has been linked to a right-wing extremist group. Sergeant Stephen Carrillo is charged with murdering a Santa Cruz County deputy and a federal officer. Federal officials say Carrillo is affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys. NBC News reporter Ben Collins has been following this story. And Ben, tell us about Carrillo and what officials are saying about his motive in these attacks.
So Carrillo, according to officials, went to a protest in Oakland, shot a federal official, and he did it in part to try to, kickstart a second civil war. That's what the Boogaloo is about. So the Boogaloo, let's back up a little bit here, is 4chan shorthand for Civil War II electric Boogaloo. Sounds like a joke, sounds like irony. And for a long time it was, but very recently, a lot of militiamen, a lot of these separate groups have started to say, actually, we believe in the Boog, we believe in the Boogaloo, which means, we want a second Civil War to kick off. So when he went to Oakland with the intent of creating a bunch of havoc and a bunch of mayhem that would eventually create some sort of second Civil War.
Could you tell us more about how this movement is organized, if you will, if there's sort of like a central organization here? Because I think we've been hearing about some of these perhaps different groups within the country, and people are curious about sort of how they are organized, if they are at all.
Sure. So the Boogaloo is just like an ethos, just like a saying, I guess. Again, okay. It comes from the 4chan ammo board, which is K, where they talk about weaponry, ammunition, things like that. But over time, it has spread out to other boards throughout the internet. It's huge on Facebook, and the recommendations algorithm was driving people from things like libertarian groups or Tea Party groups, things like that, driving them over to these Boogaloo groups where people were anxious to radicalize people. So people who are already in militia groups, for example, in New Mexico, where that guy was shot a couple days ago in that sort of tussle over that monument there, the group that was in fatigues there was a group that was like a group of New Mexico militiamen, but the head of that group said he believed in the Boogaloo movement. He was a Boog boy. So that's the sort of thing where you get these like little groups that have already existed for, dozens of years in the United States. These people in militia movements and gun groups as well. And they say that they ascribe themselves to this movement, which has taken over things on Facebook, Reddit, and 4chan.
You mentioned its organization, its involvement on Facebook. Is Facebook getting involved, taking any action here at all?
So we called them 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas, 3 different people who were about to do the same thing that happened in Oakland, but in Las Vegas, who said they were, anxious for the Boogaloo to happen. They were taken down by the JTTF, the Joint Terror Task Force, and they were written up in the same way. Facebook said, okay, at that point, look, we're not going to recommend these people in these groups anymore. If you're in that libertarian group, you're not going to get a recommendation on the right sidebar to go to the Boogaloo group, but they're still allowed on the platform. And, they're everywhere. They have nicknames like the Big Igloo or the Big Luau, and you'll see them on Facebook. Even if you don't really look very hard for it, all you do is search it in the search box on Facebook. They still come up.
All right, Ben Collins, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.